Shop door over here in Dutchess at Springside. And look how clean that door is. And it's been here for 50 years, 40 years. And you wonder now, why is that door clean? And you look at all these bolts, and they're outside. It's 50 minus, and you'd think they'd be condensing. Why is it not discoloring? Well, every day the sun comes up, and out there is sunshine. And on that red truck, it's so hot right now you can't touch it. Well, in the winter, it's the same way here. So make sure it dries it up. You get heat all one morning till noon. And even if it opens and closes, there's heat on it. So it's heat, it dries. You lift it up, you let it down, and it dries. Well, then we wonder, it should do the same inside, but then let's remember there's no sun inside. But we do have heat in the floor. Is the heat in the floor gonna dry this inside, is the question. And is there another kind of a way, if we had radiant heating inside, like those rocks are all the same temperature. Now right there, the 20 degrees difference where the line is. The atoms are spinning in the rocks, and they're not where the sun ain't. So where there's shadow, there's less heat. So now we take a look at that, what's going on in here, and we wonder why it should be as clean as that. So then we go into the building, and we take a look at the door, and see how it happened in the last 20, 30 years. And you look at it now, this is a metal shop, and it is a bit dusty. And so, but here you look at the bottom, it's pretty clean, right? And the rubbers are pretty good because they may have replaced them, but there's where the floor heating is, right there. So the first rail is pretty clean. Now, outside, a little bit of humidity creeping in because the earth is 40, 50 out there, it's pretty cold. Well, it's still pretty clean. Then we move up another rail, start getting even dirtier. It's just like a mountain. The higher you go, the colder it is, and there's snow up there. So here, we're going to have, the higher we go with the door, the colder it's going to get, because the only thing we got for heat here is this, underfloor. We don't have any unit heaters up there or radiant heaters up there. We got a little air blowing, which helps a little, but in spite of the fact, it's definitely dirtier. So, if we don't mind a dirty looking door on a $12 million shop, guess it doesn't matter, then we take a look at your hinges. Pretty clean. As you go up, they get deteriorating. And after a while, we need new hinges to do everything. Now we start at the bottom, it's pretty clean. Go all the way up. Dirty. Now, not real dirty, but dirty enough to be dirty. If your house looked that dirty, the wife would clean it. Now, over there we have similar situation. It's dirty at the seams. Now at the ceiling, the same thing. That tells us it's colder up there. If it was the same temperature everywhere the floor heating, it would dry it off, right? But in here, there's a certain amount of dust. And so that dust rises with the air. And everyone believes heat rises, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It proves it right there. Because it took the dust up there. Dust rises, and then what also rises when you're warm air rises, and that there is 10, 15 degrees colder up there, then you're going to have condensing and moisture on that wall, and the dust is going to settle on there and marry and dry onto the wall. And there it is. That's why you have dirty doors. Now, on the other side, it isn't that way. Because on the other side of that is a warm wall. And you've got double heat, so you can clean it. The only problem with ugly is your outside wall with underfloor heating. And some of the buildings on the outside may not be as bad. Now, is it a big problem? Not necessarily. If you like to look at mess all day long, yellow mess, see that door down there? Same thing. And the only challenges we're seeing with infrared reflector ray, we're not seeing the mess. We build a shop, stays mint clean, and everybody stays a little happier. Because who wants to live in the living room with a messy door like that? No woman would stand for it. And same here. Nobody would like it if they could walk away. They wouldn't do it. Now you can get the girls to wash it off every so often, but that's dangerous. So obviously they hear them out, the girls here, and they don't make them wash it like some colonies do. But anyway, there's the same story. Wet, nice and dry, ugly, 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 ugly. Well, you can live with ugly, but if you tolerate that and don't wash it off, you'll end up tolerating not sweeping your floor. There'll be a little more dust, and then there's more dust because the people don't bother cleaning. Because why should they? The ceiling's ugly, the walls are ugly, so what's the difference? It's not, no one's really motivated to have a mint clean shop. Now, you can have a mint clean shop, and we like you to have one. And all you do is put radiant heating up there and heat 2 feet in the dirt, so you have warm floor and warm metal. Now, I've got a thermostat with me. If I pick up a piece of metal here, it's going to be 46, 45 degrees. Because underneath the earth it's 46 degrees. Underneath under 6 inches of warm. Now, by time now, they shut the circulating heat off. But it takes till September to get that from winter months cool down. So even all summer long, I'm standing on warm floor. And in the summer, it's not the best thing to have warm floor. It's okay for 10, 15 minutes, but a whole day, it wears you down quite a bit more. And nowadays, we're getting that nerve disease, neurography. It's because people have spent too much time on too much hot water, too much heat. And your circulation is interrupted, and that's when you have blood flow that it becomes a problem with your nerves. So that isn't a very good thing. Now, here is a picture showing a mess. That's at Raymond College. There's doors the same. Here's a farmer that you can see the heater. Mint clean. Doors, ceiling, walls, everything's mint clean. And you can have the same kind of building and confronting condensation with Enviro-Smart solution. And you can get one too, and we can talk to you about it. Putting it in, it's half the cost to install than underfloor heating, half to run. So, mint clean, and everything's warm. Everything you point to with this system will be the exact same temperature. Here you're going to find 10, 15 degrees colder up there than here. You're going to find your metal, if the floor is 70, your metal's 46. It marries the temperature electronically of the earth at 46. We're 6 feet down, 6 inches under this slab heating. Under the inch of insulation or two is now go down for 6 feet. It goes to 46 degrees, 46 to 45. That's a root cellar temperature. If you ever dig down and make a root cellar, you get a root cellar temperature. Now, root cellar temperature is good if you want to put vegetables in it. Not necessarily good if you want to walk on it. So that's why they put underfloor in here to warm it up. The only problem is it heats the floor. And then the heat rises, but it's cooler up there than here, so then you get humidity. And then second of all, you got your metal. You can't heat your metal with that 6 inch because the earth temperature is 6 feet. It overrides any thermostatic temperature of your 6 inches. So it outdoes it. It's like having a giant, and the giants are going to win. The giant, cold 46 degrees dominates every piece of metal in here. It dictates it to it because it's electrically conductive and the earth's electrically conductive, and that's why lightning strikes on it. So now we know all the things we know. We knew them anyway. All we're doing is reviewing what we know. If we move ahead with about $20 million, let's just consider looking at a building. Willow Creek has one in Saskatchewan. We have them all over, and they're mint clean years after. And you can live in a mint clean situation. Keep your mind mint clean brains, and go with a system. It isn't. You could probably tolerate the ucky looking, smucky, poopy looking walls, but you can't really. Your body doesn't let you pick up metal. These pieces of metal here are 46 degrees, 51, 46, and you pick that up all day, you're going to have a problem. Murray Lake had that with Larry. He works in the metal like this. He ended up getting rheumatism in 5 years, serious leg problems, and he found that the temperature is 50 degrees colder even with underfloor around the doors. So they did put up the heat, put 2 rows up, shut all the hot water off. They got in 3 minutes they can have heat from the get-go, 30 below. But then everything's the same. The metal's the same, your feet are the same. Well, the big complaint was all water. Once you got to keep jacking it up to 75, 76 to get the warm up. To try and eat your metal, but it just chases it, but it'll never capture it. So that's why it's good. Good is the enemy of a better plan. Let's look at infrared heating. You'll notice all the colonies here, a lot of them are putting in the heat. Fairlane, New Colony has the heat everywhere. They have the chicken barns and the pig, in the shops, and now in the new building at Oakland, everything is reflector in that colony. They've had it for years before, and now they're going to have it again with clean shops and instant heat. Let's check it out.